going to start on Disney Plus with a new drama series called Becoming Karl Lagerfeld. It arrives on Friday the 7th of June, and here is a clip.
Avez-vous un style, Monsieur Lagerfeld?
Je pense que vous êtes un génie et que vous allez devenir le plus grand couturier du monde.
So apologies to our non-French speaking listeners there, but at least you got a chance to enjoy a nice track from Blondie. In hindsight, Hannah, I'm thinking I should have given this to you.
I did wonder with this. I did think, has he gone mad?
Because it's all about fashion. Anyway, it's first up, it's a French drama. So, yes, you'll need to switch on your subtitles. It's based on a book about the German designer Karl Lagerfeld. It's a 6-parter. Karl is played by Daniel Brühl, and it covers 10 years of his life, and it starts in spring 1972. He's working in Paris as a pret-a-porter or ready-to-wear designer. We do have pet hates on this pod, don't we, Hannah? We don't like empty coffee cups and empty suitcases on TV and films. We also don't like people obviously not being able to play musical instruments, and bad fake facial hair. One of mine. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is fake. It looks dreadful. Daniel Brühl's got a beard and moustache, and it does not look good. It looks like the kind of hair you get on the Action Man dolly, you know. Anyway, never mind that. On the one hand, there's the rivalry with Yves Saint Laurent, who's played by Arnaud Valois, and there's a relationship with this dandy. He's a young dandy and socialite, Jacques de Bachet. He's played by Théodore Pellerin. So as we open, it's all good stuff. It's all disco and flares and great fashion and nightclubs. Jacques spots Karl Lagerfeld sitting in a nightclub surrounded by his trendy sort of acolytes, muses, and he decides he wants to get to know him, and he does engineer a meeting. Amusingly, comes dressed in lederhosen. I have to warn you, not very much happens for quite a long time. Lagerfeld, I mean, they talk about this in the script, actually. He's kind of unknowable because he keeps his cards very close to his chest. He's kind of unflappable and just quite quiet, really, and reserved, as sort of an observer. Jacques is a great character and really well played by Pellerin. I really was drawn into him, and he kind of becomes involved in a love triangle with Yves Saint Laurent, and rather, well, unusually, I guess, his relationship with Karl Lagerfeld, it's not consummated. Now, as with these real-life biopics, we're going to see some other celebs. So we're going to see someone playing Marlene Dietrich, the German actress, because Lagerfeld gets the chance to dress her. We're going to see Andy Warhol, played by Paul Sperra. I really didn't know much at all about Lagerfeld, so I did find it quite informative in that regard. And certainly, I've only seen photographs of him as he was sort of in later life with the silver hair and obviously the trademark dark glasses. So quite interesting to hear about his early days when he was working for different fashion houses before he became like the main man at Chanel. So, but yeah, it does take a while to get going, and I kind of feel like Lagerfeld isn't even the most interesting character in his own biopic. But there we are. Probably more your kind of thing, Hannah. What did you think?
Well, you know what? I was really surprised when you said you were going to have a look at this, you know, and review it properly, because I did think you'd pass it to me. But you know what? You're right. It's a real slow burner. Now, obviously, kind of in the fashion world, Karl Lagerfeld, we all know, you know, I love him or hate him. I think the majority love in terms of his style and, you know, the fact that he has created kind of some real fashion moments. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you're the most interesting person behind that sort of vision that everyone has, I suppose. And he is really cutting edge in a lot of stuff he does. But as you say, it's just a very slow burner. There's lots of things that aren't quite right with this as well, which is a shame, because fundamentally you still do learn quite a lot. So I was kind of, I didn't realise about the Yves Saint Laurent stuff. I didn't realise that they kind of were, that was a real problem between the two of them. The love story, the kind of the personal life of him, I didn't really know a huge amount about, more just his fashion. So there is a takeaway from this. You do learn quite a bit if you're interested in him and his personal life, and equally as a fashion designer, I suppose, and seeing his journey to become, a global superstar. But it's just, I don't know, it felt like it needed an injection of something into it that just made it feel that bit pacier, because it was such a slow burn. And when we say it's a slow burn, suddenly you feel like it's going to be fireworks. I'm not sure those fireworks ever, they're kind of like the droopy Catherine wheel that falls off the tree, aren't they? It doesn't quite work in that way. But so I think it's worth a watch, but it's not up there with the greats, which I think is a real shame, because it could have been.